I met a gypsy.
Energy and that turned into Monster, and I brought him PPG, and
Huh.
because I was designing and stuff, and PPG was a great paint company that I worked with that gave me paint, and I'm like, you guys should sponsor Mitch Payton. He's got a race team. This is cool. And
Yeah.
same thing I did with Mark Hall from at the time it was Hanson's, and then we turned it into Monster, and so I did the first helmets with the Monster logos and all that kind of stuff, and then I started handing all this to Mitch, and I went, wait, maybe I should have a race team.
Yeah. How'd your friendship with Mitch start?
Well, that was a funny one. Woo. I knew Mitch. I was racing Suzuki's at the time, but Suzuki wasn't really helping me out at all. So I painted. Everything I get, I customize.
Yeah.
So I didn't want a yellow bike, and Suzuki's were yellow. So I painted all my bike white and with candy apple stripes. Made leathers from ABC up in LA. Go get leathers made. I made my own jerseys, painted my own helmets. So everything was white, and that was this summer anyway. That was a summer of probably like 1989 or so. No, not 79.
Damn.
I painted all my bikes white. They were all yellow, candy apple stripes. My stepdad had a trucking company called Plastic Express, so I lettered Plastic Express on everything, and so everything was perfect to race the Hangtown National. And I come out in the morning, I had an open trailer, and all my plastic's gone. I'm like, my bike's sitting there on the trailer, locked, but all the plastic was gone. Mitch Payton paid Bones and a couple other guys to steal all my plastic off my bike, and I was like, oh my God, my first national, I don't have any plastic left. So that's how we met. I mean, it took a lot of balls for him to steal all my plastic.
So he didn't know you at all, really?
We knew each other a little bit, and I think he knew that this is going to be the funniest thing ever. So it wasn't funny for me, though. I was like, God dang, someone stole all my plastic. Man, I got to race today, man. But we ended up getting it all back, and they helped me bolt it all back on, and then we became great friends after that. I think I slugged him a couple times, too.
Oh, dude, that's so cool.
Yeah, we've done a lot of crazy stuff together.
Yeah, because it seems like he's been quite an influential person in your life.
Yeah, he helped me. Well, I built pipes for him. After that, I did, I raced for him. Then they pulled me off that bike and gave me Huskies. So, I mean, it was the start of a good relationship. You know, we're still good, still love hanging out with him.
He's a cool dude, isn't he?
He's awesome. Yeah. My mom and his mom don't think we should hang out because they say things happen when we hang out.
Like buying buildings after being blind off wild turkey.
Yeah.
That's so good. So when did you decide to go, like, you're doing the helmets, you're doing what was the early, business where it was more than just custom painting? Was it just a slow, gradual process?
Well, I started making visors in my mom's. That's what got me kicked out a little bit. But I was doing helmets for Danny Magoo. He was a good friend of mine.
Yeah.
And he wanted a visor higher and longer. You remember Magoo used to have the big old duckbills up like this. So I started making him special visors.
What did you make him out of?
Out of ABS plastic, and I'd vacuum form them. I made a little mold out of wood and Bondo, and then drilled it and vacuum formed them, and then laid the plastic over the top and plugged a vacuum into it. And I learned how to vacuum form.
No shit.
So I vacuum form them, then I'd trim them out with scissors and sand them, and then I could make a different one for Amara, a different one for Wardy, and heat them up. Yeah, and then I started finding one that was like everybody was kind of liking this certain style. So then my mom helped me. She helped me. I went to Japan to make a mold because it was more affordable than making it in America. And my mom split the mold cost with me, and I started sanding them out. I'd do, a dozen a week, hand cut and hand sanded. And then I started going, you know what? I need to make a mold and sell 1,000 of these if I can. So I went and when I got the first sample back from Japan, I went out to Malcolm Smith, and I knew Malcolm a little bit. I rode with him and stuff, and he gave me my first shot. I mean, really, I think he helped me start my company because he said, I started making them in colors with the little Allens and they're adjustable visors, and he said, I'll take 500 of each colorway. And I'm like, whoa, really? Oh, my God. I couldn't wait to get him, call my mom and say, we got our first customer.
That's a big customer too, really. 500 of each color.
Yeah, he did. Maybe it was 200 of each color, but
I mean, regardless.
Yeah, but I was like, oh my God, how am I going to fill this order? I mean, we worked till 2 or 3 in the morning with hiring neighbor kids because I was still in the airplane hangar and packaging them, putting them in visors and putting stickers on them, and going over to the molding company. The guy that makes the ODI grips did all my visors for me. So we mixed special colors, fluorescent colors, and it was a cool experience. I learned a ton about molding and making visors and all that kind of stuff. So then I never really. Still making, then I went, wow, we're making visors. When am I making helmets, So,
yeah. What, did you go to Japan to actually?
Yeah.
What was that experience like?
It was cool. I love Japan. Yeah. It's awesome. It was definitely eye-opening. And
yeah. What it like to just spend your life in Southern California to then go and do business in Japan as a young guy? Like, I'm sure that was a pretty formative experience.
I started doing some work for Shoei. So my first trip over there was to meet with Shoei. So it wasn't like...
Wasn't super foreign.
Yeah, I was like, okay, I've been here before, but then when I went over there to see where the factory was going to make this thing that gave me the price on the molds and everything, it was wild. They had injection mold machines on 4x4s and plastic roof, plastic sets over 2x4s, and I'm like, this is really it. And they'd have like, this couple $100,000 injection mold machine with tarps over it and everything. Even when the car drove up to drop me off, I remember going, hang here for a minute. This can't be
the one.
Yeah, this can't be the place, man.
Yeah, man. I was watching a video come up on Instagram the other day of like, this is how tennis balls are made. And man, you see a tennis ball, you think like there must just be like some machine where like you pour some shit in and some tennis balls come out on a conveyor belt. But man, it was like such like a ghetto process, and like in every step of the way that they were manufacturing this tennis ball, I was thinking like, this can't be how you get a finished tennis ball. But so much manufacturing is like that. Like we dude, a cool ride that you should do one day is through Vietnam. Have you ever been to Vietnam?
Yeah, no, I have. We have some factories there that make our gloves and stuff.
Have you ever ridden through the country?
Yes.
Oh, okay, perfect. So man, what an incredible place.
I don't know how they don't kill each other on those bikes.
Oh,
those intersections.
It's insane.
I mean, there's no stops and there's like this, and they got stacked with chickens and tires and clothing, and it's going to get sewed in this factory. It's like, I mean, it's wild as anything.
We're excited to announce the launch of our new membership site, gypsytales.com, packed with exclusive content and perks that you won't find anywhere else. This is your chance to become a part of the Gypsy Gang. And as a special bonus, if you sign up to an annual membership, you'll be entered into the draw to win our custom-built TC125. Gypsy Gang.